Angel Reese.
Oh, here we go.
Angel Reese is quickly becoming one of the most annoying athletes in sports. Did you see her yesterday crying about how popular Caitlin Clark is? How about you try to set yourself apart on the court like Clark did, shooting from the logo and breaking every college record instead of just crying in the post-game presser? She sucks. Cole, what's your take on that? Because I think you have a different take on Angel Reese than most people. Go.
Interesting.
Well, we have 4 pieces of audio that we can go through, and you guys can help me.
That's it for WNBA? Only 4?
Only 4. Only 4. We got a lot
4
of
pieces. We usually have
4
nothing for
pieces
anything.
we don't even have Cardinals audio.
No.
We have 4 pieces of WNBA audio. That's the first time it's ever been said in the history of St. Louis radio, and I love it.
Wow. That's funny, dude.
Okay, we got to set.
So what's up?
We got to set the stage here.
What do we got?
We got Stephen A. Smith going and getting in a fight with all the people on his show about whether or not people actually care about the WNBA. We got Pat McAfee.
Wow. Oh, God.
We got him. We got Angel Reese responding to Pat McAfee.
Oh, wow. I didn't see that yet either.
And then, well, I mean, that's what they're talking
that's what
about.
Then we have Pat McAfee responding to Angel Reese's comments on Pat McAfee.
On Caitlin Clark.
Okay, so let's just go in chronological order here.
Let's go.
So we're going to start at the beginning of the day, I guess, because I guess it'd be first take is on 9 to 11, and this is a little bit longer. But this is Stephen A. Smith going back and forth with Monica McNutt. A lot of you may not know who that is unless you watch ESPN regularly.
No,
but
I don't.
She's kind of had an expanded role in their programming, in part because the WNBA has become more popular. Women's basketball has become more popular. I think she played at Georgetown. I may be wrong in saying that, but she was a college basketball player, and so with this new influx of women's basketball being more and more of a topic, she's become more and more of a persona, if you will. This is really what started it out at the beginning of the day yesterday on ESPN.
We're talking about them maximizing their great potential. And because we bring that up and talk about what potentially might get in their way, which we do to men all the time, now we got to sit up here and watch every syllable. I resent that, and I'll leave it at that.
All right, so let me. I know we got to go to break.
Okay.
Welcome to the world of being a woman, Stephen A., and how you have to dance about your word choice and you have to please everybody and anybody as you navigate your being. We are talking about the world's greatest.
How about being a black man?
Being black. Hold on 1 second.
Have you?
So this is what I'm saying to y'all, though, and I know we got to go to break, and we didn't necessarily go there. Maybe we should. There are so many layers in this conversation around the way that it's being discussed. No. And yes, Shannon, I know y'all are going to say and Stephen A., I know you just shared that you have talked about the WNBA on your program too. You guys may not have said everybody, but the prevailing sentiment for folks that are just joining the WNBA and following women's sports is unfair to the women of this league, to your point, who have laid the groundwork for Caitlin Clark to come in and now take it to the next level. That's all I'm saying in these conversations. Kennedy Carter's behavior is not indicative of the entire league. We are still talking about competition where you are allowed to get a little extra elbow in if you are competing and you do it within the parameters of the game. The game is physical. Caitlin is helping to grow the league. These women understand that, but she cannot be babied as a rookie. That's all I'm at.
All right.
Who talks about the WNBA? Who talks about women? Who talk about women's sports more than First Take?
Stephen A., respectfully, with your platform, you could have been doing this 3 years ago if you wanted to.
Ooh. Gotcha.
Wow.
All right, we got to go to you guys.
So did you say
you're my guy, but
who does more than
Stephen
us?
I'm talking to you.
Wow.
Don't do that. I'm talking to you about the power that you have.
Okay.
I'm talking to you.
Okay.
All right, let's.
You're my guy, but I'm talking to you.
Guys, I really appreciate
you my girl, but you missed a lot of episodes of First Take.
You my girl.
You missed a lot.
Stephen A., 3 years ago, you would not talk about the W at this level. Don't do that.
Guys.
Nobody was, Monica. You making Stephen A's point, Monica. Monica, you making Stephen A's point.
Let me do my job. Please let me do my job. We've gone for...
Get her.
All right, so there you go.
Who's done more for women's sports than me? Stephen A. Smith. Who has done more for women? When I talk about women's sports, I do so much for them.
Man. That's funny, dude.
Yes.
I'm sorry. That's funny to me.
Yeah, so there was and then
You're my guy, though. You're my guy.
You're my girl. You're my guy.
I like how Shannon chimed in there at the end. He's like, you're making his point. None of us were talking about this.
I know.
But so that was kind of the powder keg, I think they call it. So that's how it all.
So let's hear Angel, and this is where Cole. When I came in this morning, I kind of said, "Angel."
We got to hear Pat McAfee before we hear Angel because he's going to lead into that.
All right, let's go.
We need at least 10 clips.
Yeah, you got any more?
You know what? Tomorrow, no audio. You two are on the show by yourself.
No. I like this.
Uh-huh.
This is a big
I'm sure you do.
100% I do. Charlie's the one chirping.
No, I like it.
All right, and so the show right after that, the hour right after that, probably.
Second take.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Was Pat McAfee, and he led his show with an entire PowerPoint explaining how Caitlin Clark is the star of the WNBA, and people are distracting by saying, no, it's this rookie class. It's the entire rookie class.
Not.
They're saying, no, it's actually Caitlin Clark, and he had some choice language.
Maybe Cameron Brink.
That, I think she's the Stanford bombshell that one of our texters were talking about recently.
Yeah.
She does it. But here's what he had to say regarding Caitlin Clark.
All right, let's go.
Because that's all ESPN talked about yesterday.
Yep. I think we're all learning that WNBA, that's old school football, baby. That is old school football. But I would like the media people that continue to say, this rookie class, this rookie class, this rookie class. Nah, just call it for what it is. There's one white bitch for the Indiana team who is a superstar. And is it because she stayed in Iowa, put an entire state on her back, took a program from nothing to a multiple-year success story? Is it because she would go on to break the entire points records in the history of the NCAA? Not just the women's record by Kelsey Plum, shout out, but also Pistol Pete Maravich's, the dude's record as well. Is there a chance that people just enjoy watching her play basketball because how electrifying she is, what she did, what she stood for, how she went about going, what she went for? Maybe. But instead, we have to hear people say that we only like her because she's white. And she's the only popular because the rest of the rookie class is doing what they're doing. Well, that's a bunch of bullshit. And we think the WNBA, more specifically, their refs need to stop trying to screw her over at every single turn.
Wow. The white biatch. Dang, 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 dang.
But he said it as a joke, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was not the overarching point.
I'd say that was jokey poo.
Yeah.
But somebody didn't take it. Although I think that I get it. I think you can say that, and it's not right, but you can say that as a comedian on ESPN. There's kind of different rules.
But this goes back to your whole point of if we're all trying to be funny, then aren't we just doing the same thing as comedians, but they get a pass and we don't because they're funnier?
There, Cole. There it is.
No, I'm disagreeing with myself.
There you go, Cole.
I'm just telling you, like,
he's not used to that.
It just lands.
Sure.
No, it just lands. It just lands differently.
Yeah.
And it's not right. It's not fair. But otherwise, he wouldn't apologize. If he was doing that as a stand-up act, he never would apologize. But
of course not.
It's because you're the worldwide leader. You're owned by freaking Disney. Mm-hmm. You know, did he actually apologize because he wanted to, or was he forced to?
I think probably because just he felt the pressure.
Yeah, forced to.
I don't know.
That's what.
Well, forced to by who?
No, by the pressure. By the pressure.
Okay, well, forced to implies that your bosses came to you and said apologize.
Maybe they did too. He could have said, "No, I'm not." And he probably would have been okay, but he probably just caved in and said, yeah, the pressure. He's got other people ripping him, too, about this. And so now the bosses come down. He's probably like, yeah, I might as well just give him a
he likes Caitlin, though. I think.
No, I agree.
That's where I also – because I think Pat McAfee's a really good dude, honestly. And here's what happens. We talk about this all the time on Twitter. You make a joke that you're making for your followers, they get your sense of humor. Then the whole peanut gallery comes in, and they don't realize you're making a joke. So and by the way, I bring this up all the time. That's why Twitter is annoying to me. You're trying to have fun and be sarcastic, but then you end up with half your mentions are idiots who don't understand the context of what you're saying. So if I'm Pat McAfee, I also now think, oh, people aren't even realizing I'm making a joke. They now think I'm this misogynist piece of crap.
Yeah.
That's why part of that, too, is explaining, like, and you can't even do it because you have to watch the show to understand his sense of humor. But now people think he's actually crapping on her when he's not.
Yep.
He's doing the opposite.
Yep.
So you feel the need. He did apologize, but also I would understand why you'd need to explain what you're actually
Who'd
doing.
he apologize to? Caitlin?
Yes.
I think he put it out there on Twitter. I read it yesterday.
Now, it was kind of a lengthier apology than I wish it were. And I wish he would have just texted, which he did. He said that he texted her. And, like, she's in Indianapolis, and so is Pat, and she's been on his show multiple times.
Yeah,
so
she probably likes him.
They know each other.
Yeah.
And the greatest irony of it all is him calling her a white biatch is him kind of taking on the persona in that moment of the other people who are Caitlin haters, and he's denouncing them. So 100% I agree with Charlie on that.
Go to break.
But okay.
Show's over.
Show's over. Here we go.
This is 590 The Fan.
But no.
We're back. Hey, we're back, folks.
Hey, we're
Just
back
joking.
from break. Welcome into Hot Take Central here on a Tuesday morning. But no, I also think that when the peanut gallery, as you said, kind of takes over, they can kind of cloud the judgment of Caitlin and how she may interpret it. And so Pat's probably like, well, this didn't go how I thought it was going to go. And I wish
he was getting rocked.
I wish he didn't even announce his apology, because I wish he would have just texted her. And then if people are like, why don't you apologize? He'll be like, I did. And then be like, well, why don't we know about it? So you don't need to. It's like,
and they're going to be like, Caitlin, did he apologize? She'll say yes.
It's like, why do I need to run my apology to her through you?
Because you got to. Because he probably wants just to get it over with.
And by the way, I agree with what you said, which is why I was disagreeing with myself. But it is true. Over the years, the way you talk, for example, I would say totally different things on the radio than I would on Fox 2. Totally different.
Thank you, Dave Zobrist.
Totally different language.
Yes.
Totally different conversations. Topics that you would never broach on TV, you would on the radio. Sarcastic language and borderline, not swearing, but the things you can say on radio that are allowed, I would never say on TV.
And there's different kind of radio, too. Like the stuff I say on here, like I'm not going to dip into, you're on with Curbs or whatever the case is.
Exactly.
Like, no way. No way. There's a balance to it. On 590,
Hot Take Central.
Let's go, baby.
Free for all.
Let's go.
That's why
it's also the format, because we have long form stuff. So if we talk for 3 hours, it's a lot different than you talk for 5 minutes. And where if you step in it, you don't have that much time to recover and show people. It's like, no, well, I was trying to be funny.
But he could still throw in some risque things during that 5 minutes, too.
If we were doing a Rams pregame show and we had 6 minutes to talk about a topic, and you're trying to make a funny analogy, the funny analogy I would make on the radio would be much more risque than the one I would make on TV.
There it is.
And that's why I think Pat McAfee long term, I mean, if they let him be himself, it works, but he's not a corporate guy. He doesn't fit the corporate mold. Like, he's probably better off on his own. Well, that's what I'm saying, but everything about his show, it's more of a funny podcast.
Yeah.
So what did Angel Reese say?
Okay, so
I need to get your opinion, because you said you agreed with everything she said. When I walked in here this morning and I brought up Angel Reese and I go, what do you think? You go, I agree with everything she said. But you said almost? Okay, let's listen.
There may be one thing that I take back. Now, just to be clear, she may not have been responding directly to Pat McAfee, but we just played the clip of Pat McAfee where he's saying people are trying to take the attention away from Caitlin Clark and make it a bigger deal about the general population of the rookie class. But he was saying, no, you got to cut it out. Let's be honest with ourselves. Caitlin's a star. And then Angel talking about those same points, just in a little bit of a different direction.
It all started from the national championship game, and I've been dealing with this for 2 years now. And understanding, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that, because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, just because of one single game. And just looking at that, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me, too, and I want y'all to realize that.
I hate her so much.
Yeah,
her personality sucks.
She sucks. But
wait a second.
Wait. You just said, okay.
I thought you said you love her.
She said all this attention. So you agree?
You want to date her?
Well, yeah, he does.
She's pretty good looking.
No,
she looks whatever.
I'll take Cameron.
No.
What? But I'll take Cameron Brand.
No.
Okay, but she's good looking.
If I have my choice.
But she did say this is all because of one game.
I agree with that.
You do, dude. That one game, but the other games too. Last year, all the attention was on Caitlin Clark too. But it started the year
2 years
before.
ago. I mean, if you're talking about two championships ago, so 2023.
It started whenever they went toe-to-toe together.
I agree with that.
And then all the momentum,
And when she antagonized her, walking around the floor, following her, doing the John Cena.
I
remember. We were talking about that the day that happened.
Charlie Tuna said that Monday after on the radio, Charlie Tuna said people are going to go to the ballot polls in 2024 during the presidential election thinking of what took place and which side they were on, and that's how they're going to vote.
Well, if you don't like either candidate, so does that mean, hold on, does that mean white people have to vote for Caitlin Clark and black people have to vote for Angel Reese?
Yes, even though neither of them are eligible because they're not 35 years old.
I do think it's funny, though, with, like, I have no idea. By the way, I have zero clue.
Look who's back
at
on
all.
TV, by the way.
Kramer.
Oh, my
Michael
God.
Richards.
But I have zero idea what Caitlin Clark's politics are. But I think people just assume because she's white and she went to Iowa that she's conservative,
hetero.
which she might be.
Well,
I have no idea.
Because she's quiet about it. You would think
but
that
also,
she's
like,
conservative
I
because
would
she's
think
quiet about it.
I would think most WNBA players are probably Democrats, and I don't care. But I just think it's funny. Like, I have no clue what her politics are, but society has lined this up along racial lines, which is why I've said all along that I find this so hilarious and fascinating, because even Angel Reese, back in the day, her coach was the most conservative coach. Like, people did not – everybody who tries to politicize everything, and all these cable news networks try to do that, their heads were exploding.
The national anthem.
Everything with, how do I think? Who do I root for? I have to root for, oh my gosh, wait, she's black, but her coach is conservative. Oh my God. It's great. It's hilarious.
Hey,
why don't you just ask them?
I'm going to ask you then.
Okay.
So, if Caitlin Clark was out of the picture and it was just Angel Reese playing and she was doing her thing, would they get it? Would the WNBA, would we even be talking?
No.
Okay. But if Caitlin Clark was in there doing her thing and Angel Reese wasn't doing her thing, would the WNBA be where it's at right now? It's just because of Caitlin Clark and not Angel Reese.
Not where it's at right now.
I think it would be.
It would be
she's throwing
better.
threes from half court. She was doing crazy stuff. She's breaking all the records. If Angel Reese wasn't involved,
hold on,
it would still be a big take.
It takes two to tango. That rivalry stoked a fire that lasted an entire year.
By the way, so here's where I didn't listen to everything Angel Reese said. After 5 WNBA clips, my mind starts to go. I'm just joking. That was a joke. I was listening. If Angel Reese is making the point that it's 50-50, I don't agree with her at all. It's not 50-50. It's not Caitlin Clark 50 and you 50.
Yeah.
But it might be Caitlin Clark 70-75 and Angel Reese 25-30. And I say that because, dude, Jill Biden commented on this because of the Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, you can't see me. I mean, the presidency was talking about this. Let's invite both of them. That was dumb, by the way. But my point is, that doesn't happen.
Joe's a big fan.
Sure. Yeah. I'm sure he stays up late and watches all the games.
Of the Flyers.
Of all the different teams.
Oh, my God.
But what I'm saying is, that doesn't happen if there isn't the you can't see me, let's be real, the whole racial aspect of it, which we amplify in this country. So I agree with that. Look, every great story needs heroes and villains.
Yes.
And some people think Angel Reese is the hero, which is fine. I don't care. I'm just saying, okay, but what I'm saying is most people think that Caitlin Clark is the hero, but Angel Reese is a really captivating villain. And that's what makes a good movie. That's what makes a good story.
But the thing is, you have a ton of villains now. That other chick that no one knew about that pushed her down, now she's the villain. Everybody could be a villain against Caitlin Clark.
But the fact that I even know this is insane. But the fact that Angel Reese jumped off the bench to clap the second Caitlin Clark got body checked, that shows you right there. By the way, this is all good for the sport.
Great for the sport.
And people are like, I put this on Twitter the other day, and people are like, I said if, because I was comparing to NASCAR.
St. Louis Cicadas?
No, but I was saying, look, NASCAR is so popular now because of the racing, but also the fights. People love the fights. I'm like, if we all agree that NASCAR is more popular and it's good for business because of the fights, why is not the same? People are like, oh, this is terrible for the WNBA. No, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened in the history of the WNBA because people care. Then people are commenting, oh, but there's racial aspects. There has been racial aspects in sports since the beginning of time. Every sport.
Yes.
Oh, you don't think when Bubba Wallace pushes Kyle Larson, who used the N-word a couple years previously, you don't think there's racial elements to that? You don't think there's racial elements anytime, the one of 10 black hockey players, something happens with a white player, you don't think racial lines are brought? Same with baseball.
Oh, Josh Donaldson and
baseball
Tim
with
Anderson.
Latino players and people say that they're flamboyant, they don't respect the game, and the hard white boy from Alabama beans them. You don't think that's racial? Okay, or when there's a bat flip from Acuna or Tim Anderson, you don't think people bring race into that? It happens all the time.
So are Angel Reese's numbers, what are they compared to?
You think we know this?
No.
They
don't know this on ESPN.
That's the point I'm trying to make. Is
I mean, maybe Monica McNutt
people are watching.
She's been watching
Are
forever.
people watching Angel Reese's team play? You know,
not to the same degree.
She's like, we're selling out every building. I saw some highlights. You weren't selling out the building.
Somebody brought up basically.
I'll tell you this, but and by the way, don't mistake these two things. Just because I think Angel Reese is correct doesn't mean I like that soundbite. I think arrogance is one of the most ugliest qualities that people can have. If you are going around, walking around, telling everybody how great you are and how important you are, who wants to sit and listen to you talk about how awesome you are?
Nobody.
No one.
I want to hear about your problems.
Yeah.
I want to see how bad. I want to talk. Be self-deprecating. I'll listen.
Yeah. Humanize yourself.
Exactly.
That's what people
like.
She is, though. Hold on. When she cried after the game she lost and said, I've been sexualized, everybody crushed her. She showed her human side, and everybody's like, no, you were making money off Sports Illustrated.
No.
Okay, why was it not real?
Because look at her Instagram feed, man.
I agree
No
with
one
Cole.
else is hacking her account and posting that crap.
She's doing it.
She's
posting
posting that
it
herself.
She'll cry, then she posts more. Get out of here. I agree
But
with
she
you,
can't
Cole.
win, though. She shows her human side, you don't like her.
She could have won in
She
that
shows her
comedy.
real side, you say she's too arrogant.
That's
what is she supposed to do, Cole? Why don't you play another clip?
I have one more.
It's true, though.
We don't have to play it. We don't have to play it.
No, I actually like the clips. I'm joking.
Yeah, they're great.
Because really, I don't follow it this closely.
No.
So the fact that I'm hearing
It's interesting.
I mean, we're doing 30 minutes on WNBA.
It's
I might even
interesting.
post this on YouTube. It might do well. Probably not, but we'll see.
It might.
It could.
The only thing that I do not agree with, and there are people in the media who have been, the people who have been taking her side in this little feud. But the whole thing where, and I'm paraphrasing at this point because we played my millions of clips so long ago because we've been talking about it, but whenever she's talking about, well, if you want me to be the villain, I guess I'll be the villain. No, she assumed that role herself.
Of course.
Nobody was talking about Angel Reese all year long, her junior year, until she was following Caitlin Clark around, antagonizing her, and making a big show of it, and then having a 48-hour social media parade for herself after she won the championship. So she assumed this villain role herself. I don't think people placed it on her. And then obviously, yes, it did kind of avalanche, and so now we're all in on it too. But she initiated this, and she's kind of passing the buck. Well, if everyone wants me to be the villain, I guess that's what I am now. No,
You wanted yourself
she
to be the
initiated that.
I agree.
But the part about it all started with the national championship, yes. At least for me and a lot of people who I talk
you're right,
sports
Cole.
with in general.
I agree with that.
It started with the national championship, and it wasn't just Caitlin Clark, because Caitlin Clark was a great basketball player that entire year, and she was kind of a cute story. It exploded when Angel Reese came into the mix, and there have been some points where Angel Reese has been more interesting than Caitlin Clark. She just has. She's not better, and I would never accuse her of being a better basketball player than Caitlin Clark, but everything that Charlie said about the racial elements, that's absolutely at play, and we don't have to act like it's not just because it's a touchy subject. It absolutely is, and it's more interesting because of it.
And we will break this down with Tuna tomorrow. By the way,
he already texted me yesterday. He wants to talk about it.
He's ready
and
to
I say this with love. Caitlin Clark is not interesting.
Yeah,
Am I wrong?
She's just
amazingly good. What are you saying, Cam?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, interesting.
You're talking.
I wish we were on YouTube right now. We had your.
Do you agree with what I think?
I wish we had John Boy.
You said she looks like Mel Gibson.
Easy, Antonio Brown.
AB said that, and I kind of no. Now he's like comparing her to a couple of other guys, and I'm like, kind of.
The guy from Special Victims Unit.
Yes.
What I'm saying though is, I don't think Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is not this interesting person that has interesting takes, and that's fine. She's an amazing basketball player, but Angel Reese is actually more interesting off the court.
For me,
is she not?
Yeah.
I have to give her credit for this, and I can't stand Angel Reese because she is so arrogant and full of herself, it drives me nuts. But Angel Reese took Caitlin Clark to a level that Caitlin Clark could not have gone herself, popularity-wise.
100%.
She didn't make her a better basketball player. She was always going to be a great basketball player.
It's made it more interesting to talk about.
But
and by the way, but Angel Reese, she won the championship. You know, Caitlin Clark did not.
Yeah.
True. 100% true. Also, Angel Reese is also kind of at the forefront of this whole like NBA players are sexy or WNBA players are sexy now.
Why'd you hesitate so much to say that, as if it was going to get you in trouble?
She's okay with that,
Well, because I don't want to. It may not be correct.
Cam's scale is very, very strict. Like,
I can't help that. Want me to lie to you?
I think Caitlin Clark's attractive.
Cam's like, I'm a big Cameron Brink fan. Caitlin Clark, she's whatever.
I'm serious.
Get out of here.
I'm serious.
You're virtue signaling.
No, I'm not.
No, yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
No, you are.
I'm really not.
No, you are.
No, I've actually seen pictures of her where they show her with her boyfriend.
You're lying.
Okay, but I'm not saying she's some superstar model. You're comparing her to like Kate Upton.
I'm just saying.
I'm being serious. Why would I lie?
I think
I'm not saying she's the best looking woman in WNBA.
I think she has her days where she's all right. I mean, I'm not
there. It is.
Like
who's the hottest? Who's the hottest NBA player?
She has her days that she's all right. There it is. Right
Why does this matter?
No, she does. I'm dead serious. She does.
Why does this? Good. That's a good question.
Caitlin Clark is not unattractive.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
I mean, she's no Cameron Brink.
Okay, that's different.
I know. I'm doing that for
Listen to Cam.
I'm doing that for Cam's sake because
everybody right now listening to this, I wish you could see Cam's face. I wish you could see what he's mouthing with his lips.
I'm just saying.
I'm being honest.
He's saying 3 words.
Why do you think? Okay,
the second word is not. The third word is hot.
But Cam, if you ask me,
what
is, and it doesn't matter. But if you ask me, is so and so attractive? I would say yes, no. Why would it? I'm not. Why do you think I'm lying? Like you think
I think
I'm
you're
lying?
virtue signaling.
Why?
What's up, baby?
Why?
I don't because
just to prove that you're correct.
I do.
Name one ugly WNBA player.
Dude, I'm sure there's a lot of them. I don't know the names of any of the players.
Don't answer that question. Good God.
Dude, there are ugly people. There are ugly.
I'm ugly.
There are ugly dudes. There are ugly women. We have to include trans people. There are ugly trans people, okay? There are ugly people. What percentage of the world do you think is ugly? Don't you think at least...
Oh, I would say...
Don't you think at least 30%?
30?
Or more?
I'd say 60.
Okay, but there's a difference...
More than that.
But ugly usually to me means your face.
It's a combination
of also your
body. You can
body.
have a good face. Your body looks mutated. It sets you back.
Then there's
you know
some
what I mean?
butter faces out
I
there.
also
with good body.
This gets into the Antonio Brown thing. I do feel bad for Caitlin Clark because, dude, people are so
like
mean.
That part. Yeah,
but people are so mean to her. I get it, dude. She has millions of dollars, but she still goes to Twitter and she sees people with 5 million subscribers comparing her to dudes.
It's so god awful.
It's mean.
I know. It's AB. And then he's got his followers. He's crazy.
He's also giving love to some local ladies.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He finds them.
Oh, I did.
He's also getting chirped by a lot of people, too. You broke ass.
Hold on.
That's what they're
By the
saying.
way, I think AB is funny. And I think
so do I.
Even the tweets that I shouldn't laugh at, I clearly do. But still, I just think, when he's talking about Caitlin Clark's pubic hair.
Don't like
dude,
that part.
Come on.
I know. I don't like that part.
And there's a good example.
Funny.
That's something I would not have brought up on Fox 2.
There it is.
You can talk about it on the radio.
It is.
To me, there needs to be a line.
When he does compare her to other guys, and there is
that's just mean, dude.
It is mean,
especially for girls. I understand you're supposed to say that.
Baby?
I understand. Oh, women are equal. Okay, I get that. They are. No,
that's so job-worthy.
No, listen. I want them to make the same amount of money and all that. But my point is, I still think there can be some chivalry of when you're just crapping on women and children. That's not tough.
No, I know.
To me, if you're just always ripping on women, okay, they're equal. I get it. But still, if you're going out of your way to crap on women, I feel
on social media and stuff like that.
Just in general.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's going out of his way to crap on everybody. He's an equal crapper.
I think guys can take it more. I don't know. When you're going, like I said, dude, when you're talking about, dude, you shouldn't be talking about.
Did you hear that?
So we're not equal.
Did you hear that, Cam? Wow.
Okay. We're not equal.
Okay, so tell me, am I wrong then? Because I might be. When he makes fun of Shannon Sharp, right? Wow. I laugh.
I laugh my ass off.
Is it inappropriate? Yes, but I don't think about it in the same way as when he makes fun of Caitlin Clark. Maybe that's on me.
Because you think Shannon Sharp's tough enough to take it?
Because he's a man. Exactly. That's what I disagree with.
But also,
we are equal.
If they wanted to fight, if Shannon Sharp was mad about what AB said, they could fight. I just think sometimes
Shannon Sharp would probably win.
Sometimes you're kind of picking on girls. That's all I'm saying.
I know.
Like Vivek,
I agree with that.
Like Vivek at the debate.
I think that one particular debate.
Where he just went off on all the women in the Republican Party.
I don't give a damn about that. I'll tell you that right now. What I do care about, though, if you do want to take your lovely wife or girlfriend or whatnot, you know, who you're equal to.
What's the whatnot part?
Or what? Well, it could be a cousin, friend. I don't know.
I don't know. What state are we in?
Alabama. Listen, you can take them to Old House in Hog Hollow. You got to check this place out. It is beautiful. History, wine, spirits, food, music, plus an awesome name. I'm talking about the Old House in Hog Hollow. This beautiful historic home has been turned into a wine bar and event venue that can host any and all of your gathering needs. I'm talking about wine tastings, bridal showers, birthday parties, business meetings, or any gathering where you need the wine to flow and the food to be scrumptious. Take a tour while enjoying a glass of wine and see all the original features that are still around from the 1850s. Ooh, baby. The Old House in Hog Hollow is open Thursday through Sunday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving breakfast, lunch, and brunch with live music on select dates paired with tastings, wine tasting, that is. No reservations needed for Friday happy hour. The Old House in Hog Hollow is located at 14319 Olive Boulevard in Chesterfield. Just look it up online, man. This place is beautiful, and that is a great date night. Take whoever you want. You can take your buddy. You can take a girlfriend. It doesn't matter. You're going to have a dang good time. Cole, your hands raised. What do you need?
Well, I hope you were finished with that.
Yes, I am.
Okay, you are. Good. All right. Well, hey, we're going to play Trivia Tuesday a little bit later, and it's going to be brought to you by the Post Sports Bar and Grill. Just wanted to get that in.
And we got Jimmy coming up in 1 minute. Text him so he's not pissy with you.
Are we breaking? Phil? Yeah. Can I just say, by the way, part of this, too, I am the father of a daughter. And I do think about it through that lens.
Of course, as you should.
And you know what? I know you guys make fun of me, but I used to think about the same thing with my sister. And you know what? This is also funny because, like, you shouldn't be like, until I had a daughter, I didn't realize you should treat women well. You know, I treat women well because I have a sister. If not, you know, I shouldn't treat them well. But what I'm saying is I just look at that. Like, if Caitlin Clark was my daughter, I couldn't even have Twitter.
No.
Dude, I would lose my goddamn mind.
If Caitlin Clark was your son, you would lose your mind.
I just think guys, you
Tough
just think
enough.
about it differently with a guy, dude.
That's how I think.
You just
if I had a daughter, if someone was doing something to my daughter compared to my son, which my son should probably suck it up and tough it out, my daughter, I'd be like, ay.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
it's not
said this
fair, but it's true. Like, I would, if somebody's going after my son, he's an adult, I would think, you know what, my son can handle it.
You'd still lose your mind.
I would, but not even close to the same amount. If people were making fun of my daughter's physical appearance,
oh yeah,
come on,
no doubt,
you would go insane.
I know.